the AI stuff. Are we going live? Connected. Waiting for the Facebook. Yep. Okay. They see it coming through. Okay. Cool. We are going live. 3, 2, 1. Ready, set, go. Ready, set. See. Here we go. And we are back for our third week live here in the Facebook group and on YouTube. Allegedly, that's what the interwebs have told me. And we're back to talk about some new interwebs things that Carrot CRM has to delight all of our beautiful members with, including our new AI tools. And we're going to talk about our AI lead scoring, but we have a whole handful of new AI features to really help investors close more deals, do everything more efficiently, save time, save money, all of the things. You want to give us the rundown of what's new?
Yeah. We spent quite a few months developing these features, and they've been live now, I guess maybe 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. But we really wanted to focus on when we first built these AI features for Carrot CRM and InvestorFuse to make sure that they enhanced your workflow. And there's a lot of AI out there that's trying to take away workflow. And although I think that is a goal that we will continue to kind of work towards, we don't think it's quite ready there yet. I mean, these deals and leads that you're working with are expensive. There's a lot of potential profit. So we wanted to make sure that they enhanced your workflow. So what we've got out right now is a number of features. The first one is a A2P 10 DLC compliance checker. So when you send an outbound text message from within side of an opportunity in Carrot CRM or InvestorFuse, it will check that message for words you shouldn't send and then rewrite it for you. We've got opportunity summaries that take every piece of information you've inputted about that opportunity, as well as what's happening inside of the communication. So if you're using smartphone and dial pad and have their AI features turned on, they give us the transcript and the call summary, and we send that into our AI. So you get an overall cohesive summary of what's happening, and it just makes it so much easier to catch up on what's going on. You don't have to kind of scroll through the endless notes. It all gets condensed down into easily readable paragraphs. We've got our lead score, which we'll talk about today, which helps you score leads dynamically. And then we've got our autonomous lead manager, which we'll talk about next week in more detail, but that helps you automatically follow up with leads, and it will use contextual information from the opportunity, as well as progress towards an intended goal for communicating with that seller that you've got messaging you.
Yeah. And so, like I said, this is our third session. So we're breaking down a specific feature each week. If you're in our Evergreen Marketing Facebook group, you can go back and watch the first two sessions. But today we're going to be digging into the AI lead scoring, right?
Yeah.
So do you want me to share screen?
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. We've had lead score inside of InvestorFuse and Carrot CRM for a long time. It's been on one of the higher end plans. And you can actually see it here in the screen. You'll see that this lead score here is 0. And so our traditional lead score works off of things you have to input. So like what or action is it on right now? What motivation did you select? What group is it in? What campaign did it come from? And it did work. I mean, it gives you some insight into higher priority leads, but it misses that whole context of what the seller is dealing with. It requires you to diagnose and input information. So you kind of already know how important that opportunity is. Where now the AI lead score reads all the communication, reads all the notes that you've inputted, and it will come up with its own score and put it into here so that you can see it. And so I'll dive into it in detail, and I'll show you how to set it up as well. It's pretty dynamic in that there is a template that you can install, and that's what we have here, and I'll be showing you is the template. But you can change this to whatever kind of business need that you have inside of Carrot CRM. So if you're doing land deals, if you're working with real estate agents, you can adjust how this AI lead score works. So it's over here on the right-hand side. And the way it works is it runs whenever the opportunity summaries run, which is basically after anything is being updated on this opportunity. So if there's inbound communication, if you've come in and added notes, if you've changed the status, it will go ahead and rerun the opportunity summaries and the AI lead score. So you always have an up-to-date score that can be used to filter and sort your leads by. And so the default one that we have here is it has all of these different sections in it. And so ultimately we're ending up with a score that's 0 to 100. But each one of these sections is also rated from 0 to 100. And then you give a percent for that section to be included in the whole. So we've got sections on motivation, equity discount potential, timeline urgency, the property condition. I'm not going to read all of them. You can see them there. Maybe if I zoom in a little bit. You can see all of them here. And you'll see the individual scores for each of those sections from 0 to 100, and then the weight that each of those sections is given to the entire score, which gives you ultimately an 83. And so the way that you set this up is actually inside of the AI settings, which is here inside of team settings and then AI. And you'll see over here, you've got lead score. So you can come in here, and if you're just turning on these AI features for the first time, they're available for any of the Carrot CRM and InvestorFuse paid plans, and you can just enable them here. If you're on Carrot CRM free, you can upgrade into one of the paid plans and have access to these AI features. But once you're in here, you can click this install lead score from template, and our default one will be there. So you don't have to do any customization. You can just install the default one and then change it from there. But you can add as many of these sections as you want. So infinite scoring sections. And then you basically just come through and you name the section. You give it its percentage for the entire 0 to 100%. And then you give it a description. And this is the key part. In the description, you need to give it characteristics of how it should rate from 0 to 100. So I'm going to read through the seller motivation one. Score closer to 100 when the seller cites strong personal or financial pressure to sell quickly. Score near 0 when motivation is casual or unclear. And then if data is inconclusive, set the section score to 50 and note insufficient data. So that gives the AI the ability to read all the information and then judge each section based off of this. So if the seller is really motivated and they're like, I need to sell quickly, it's going to be 100. If they're like, I'm not really interested in selling right now, maybe I'll sell in a year or so, it'll be closer to a 0. And if it can't decide or figure out what the motivation is, it's 50. So when you have a new opportunity that comes in and it runs through the score and there's very limited information, the score is going to be closer to 50. And then it will go up and down from there as things start happening on that opportunity. We get communication in. Let's say you have a phone call and you're using smartphone dial pads AI features. We get that entire transcript. It lasted 13 minutes. And you went through all the kind of normal questions that you would ask in that first qualifying call with a seller, and they let you know the motivation. We're going to have access to that information, and it will be used in the scoring section here for motivation, and it will score closer to 100 for this section. So you can come around in here and you can start playing with how it's rated, the percentages. You can add sections. It won't let you save until you have a total percentage of 100. So if I add a new section here and I say like 5, it's going to say, nope, you've got 105%. So you need to go ahead and change that and fix the percentages, and it won't let you save. So it gives you some assistance in guiding you through building that score. But it's very customizable. But the default one we have is great. Most people are using the default one that we have here. And here's how it looks on the opportunity. I was there already. You've got it right here. If you mouse over, it gives you a little bit of details into it. But there's the AI lead score, and it can be used to sort and filter. And so if you come in here to the filter button here, you can sort the opportunities by the AI lead score, and it'll put the highest ones on top and the lowest ones down below. And this has been really interesting when some teams have turned this on and then the AI lead score starts to run. And it does happen, like I said, automatically in the background when things are occurring on the opportunity. And it will find opportunities that you didn't necessarily think were an opportunity or there was potential there. And you're like, why is that lead score so high? And you go in and you start reading the notes or the recent communication. This is what I've seen on teams with high volume. Leads slip through the crack when you've got, thousands of leads. And there's AI lead scores that are higher because it's picking up on what the seller is messaging in and asking them or texting them about and denoting that, they have some strong motivation and desire to sell. So really helpful feature to help you understand what I should be focusing on, and what's most important. And the cool thing is now, you can actually try it. So if you're in Carrot CRM and Investor Fuse and you're on a paid plan, you'll see this like banner here on every one of your opportunities. You can try the summaries and the AI lead score up to 5 times. It's coming to Carrot CRM free. Either probably tomorrow it will launch on Carrot CRM free. You'll also be able to try it on up to 5 opportunities. Pick opportunities that you've got a lot of details on, because that really shows the power of it being able to comprehend a vast amount of information, and then condense it down into an easy to read summary and lead score, for you to kind of guide through how I should be working with this opportunity. But you can try it up to 5 opportunities. And then if you're interested in it and you want to turn it on, it's very easy. You just go into team settings, you go into AI, you'll turn on this first check mark and then choose which features you want to have turned on. And the way it kind of bills is a credit-based system. So every time that it's run on an opportunity, it will charge you for that, to your credits. So I'll kind of give you a little insight here. So the opportunity score for this one costs what, 20% of 1 cent, rounding up a little bit. So very tiny, kind of minuscule charges for this. And the way that we're kind of suggesting the credits work is if you're on like an essentials plan, $5 a month should be good for you. If you're on the scale or pro plan in the middle, about 50 should work for you. And then if you're on the team plans or the premium plans, 100 plus. It really depends on your volume when you get into that area. Some people are fine with 100. If you've got a lot of volume, a lot of team members, it could be more than that. But ultimately, the cost that's being charged to this is very minuscule, and it's really easy to add credits. You do that inside of your plans and billing and your credits page. Once you activate those AI features, we give you 50 cents to keep playing with. But you go into your credits page here and you can either do an auto refill or you can purchase one-off credits.
That's very cool. Yeah, and you mentioned that, with the AI lead scoring, you saw it worked really, really well for maybe big teams with a lot of leads, right? And I could see that feature especially working really well for people who have a ton of leads coming in, and it's hard to, with your human eye, just evaluate all of them. Like you said, there's a lot of leads that slip through the cracks. Are there any other situations or specific, type of investors that these features work really well for, particularly?
Yeah, I think if you're kind of new to this area or this industry and you're working through these leads, and maybe you've only been doing it for a year or two, it's nice to have something in it, an AI feature inside, tailored towards real estate, providing you a second opinion. So do you think it's a good deal, and does the AI think it's a good deal? Is really important, to kind of guiding you through, okay, which one should I target and work towards? And then even if you are still smaller and maybe this is still a part-time gig for you and you're trying to build this business up, these features are immensely helpful to helping you get caught up and jump right into the workflow of following up, right? Follow up is what makes money in this business. It's not the best CRM, as much as I would like to say that. I think that helps, but you got to make the phone calls, you got to text, you got to reach out to these sellers. And so if you're doing this on the part time and you're only doing it for 10 hours a week, you can kind of forget, right? Like you got other stuff going on in your life, family, work, job, whatever it might be, and you're jumping in and you're like, okay, where was I with this? What's happening? What's their situation? What's the house like? These AI summaries and the lead score can really help you get caught up and up to speed, way quicker than trying to navigate through all the other kind of areas in the opportunity.
Yeah, it seems like it really creates a lot of efficiency so that you're not leaving money on the table. And like you said, with the price of what the little minuscule amount that it costs to run these AI features versus what you could potentially be making when you close that deal, like it's sort of a no-brainer.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think that like the average deal size, nowadays is between 10 to 20K, depending upon your exit strategy, obviously more for novations and wholetailing. But yeah, that's to have on that opportunity, maybe an AI fee of a dollar. That's I don't even want to figure out what that math is like towards a $10,000 assignment fee, but it's very tiny.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think you said that this was really built with feedback from some of those investors who are doing 7, 8 figures a year, right? Like, as
Correct.
you mentioned, if somebody's a new investor and they're still trying to build their business, this almost is like a second brain or like a little mini coach almost as part of your sales process.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we built this. Our beta group was a lot of investors, not all of them in that 7 to 8 figure range per year, but some of them, doing a healthy amount per year, just single operators. But yeah, it's like a second brain. Like these are working for some of the best teams out there, and if it works for them, it will work for anybody in any kind of stage in the business.
Cool. Is there anything that we missed or anything else people should know about this feature or any of the other CRM AI features that you're excited about?
There's so much to talk about. I mean, I'll save everything for the autonomous lead manager for next week. That one's probably our most detailed feature in here, and the most powerful. It does take time, or it saves you time by messaging for you. One of my favorite comments from one of the beta groups was that you can go to lunch and eat a sandwich, and the autonomous lead manager is following up with leads for you. So really cool feature to talk about next week. But I would just say that it's really easy to try this. You're not signing up for a big subscription fee while we're in our beta pricing. It's just as much as you use it. So to put in $5, if that's all that you want to like kind of try with it, you can do that. You can put in $5 and give it a go and see what these features are like and how they benefit you in your lead management process. Give it a go.
Cool. And I know you mentioned this briefly, but just to recap, is this available for which CRM plans?
Yeah, so it's available for anybody on InvestorFuse. And then if you're on Carrot CRM, it's on the paid plan. So that's the essentials, the scale, and the team plans. And then if you're on Carrot CRM free, you'll be able to try out the opportunity summaries and the lead score here, hopefully tomorrow and into the future. But you do have to be on a paid plan to have access to the AI features.
Okay, makes sense. So you got to invest in yourself to have these amazing deals and grow your business. So I totally
Absolutely.
understand that.
Absolutely.
Cool. Anything else to share? Are we just leaving them with bated breath, waiting to learn more about the AI lead manager next week, next Thursday,
Yeah.
same bat time, same bat location here in the Facebook group and live on YouTube?
Absolutely. If you do want to learn more now, you can definitely go to the Help Center. There are articles and videos inside the Help Center that will guide you through that. But yeah, if you have questions about the Autonomous Lead Manager, come back next week. We'll kind of do a nice open forum about that. And then always, if you're a customer, click the intercom bubble down here. The chat bubble, I call it intercom because that's what powers it. But our team's always sitting there waiting to answer your questions. So if you ever have any questions on these features, send us a message and we will answer them for you.
Yeah, and you just reminded me with all the Carrot CRM paid plans, that also comes with our team, like helps them get set up,
It
correct?
absolutely does. Yeah, if you sign up for Carrot CRM pay plan, we will up level your system, help you with your integrations, do some training. So yeah, absolutely. There's not just the benefit of additional features in the paid plans. There's the benefit of having an experienced team there to guide you through making sure you're utilizing it correctly.
Yeah, yeah, and the team is great, so it's definitely worth your while if that's the whole reason that you're like, "I don't know if I wanna go through setting up a new CRM or moving CRMs," like, we'll help make it easy. It'll be
We will.
you'll be happy once the process is up and going.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. Thank you, John. I'm excited for next
Sure.
week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.